Hey everybody, it's your pal DJ Buddy in the Rock Garden. Today we have an interview with Mr. J.P. Busker, a real-life living example of someone who lives by the phrase, do something you love. Enjoy the interview. Here's J.P. All right, I was just here talking with J.P. Busker, and he's not on Instagram, and well, share a little bit about why.
All right, I need to go to the 90s maybe and get on Instagram. But when Facebook came out, it wasn't my thing. My main goal of being a busker and doing what I do is create a vibe and be part of the community or build community. And my friends were like, "Oh, you should get an Instagram, account, so then you can tell people where." It's not about, I'm going to be here Friday night, or it's like, I don't want that.
You want it to be organic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, my thing is to create a vibe, and it's cool. Yeah, what makes me happy is that if I can get people happy, inspire people, and they're smiling and all that, and it's not about, look at me. It's because if people are like, if they're going to find me, if I'm playing somewhere, they'll find me. It's like it's not,
like kind of the pre-internet era, like maybe, how do you feel about like flyers hanging up?
Yeah, it's just not me.
It's not you.
I mean, it's like, it's not like a vanity thing. I mean, it's.
But
I guess I feel uncomfortable with that. I'd rather play and just kind of be anonymous.
But you want to be in front of people. But you still want to be invisible, or
no? I just my thing is creating a vibe, and if I get somebody dancing or brighten their day, or they're have people come up and say, I was in a really crap mood, and then I heard that song, or I feel a lot better. One of the best compliments I had, I was playing Ooh Babe by the 5 Stair Steps. And this woman came up to me. She was kind of dressed in corporate attire, and it's just the way she said it. She goes, "Thank you." She goes, "You made me forget the place I was in, or you made me feel like I was in a better place than the place I'm in." I'm not even doing it justice. It's the way she said it. But that was huge for me.
It's pure.
It was pure, and that's kind of my goal, and it's not, or my aim, is to help uplift people, inspire people, and yeah, I get some coin out of it. That's great, but it's not about, I want to be here and post this and that. Nothing against it. It's just not my thing.
Let me ask, if I can ask you about the coin. I mean, is it tougher now to get coin? I mean, people don't seem to carry cash.
No. I mean, it's like for a year and a half, people are like, you got to get Venmo, you got to get this thing. So I got Venmo.
Right. No, but I'm just saying.
No one. One guy comes up and he's like, he's gonna give me some money. He goes, I don't have any cash, and I said, I got Venmo. He goes, I don't got time, and I'm like, and it kind of proved to me, and I'm like, that's cool, because I mean, granted, I don't have a sign, and I probably need to get a QR code and all that, but again, it's not.
It distracts. If I may interject, Do you feel that distracts from your mission?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because it's like, to me, what I found and what my beliefs are, if I'm creating a vibe and I'm providing a service, then I get way more in return. But if I'm focusing on the money, if I'm focusing on me, it stops it. And it's just not my.
It sounds to me really pure. I don't know if I could be that pure about anything at this point.
The money. I mean, this is what I'm doing. I mean, I got a couple side hustles, but I've set my life up around this, and I let go of some things I didn't really want to let go of. Well, I shouldn't say that. I made choices to do this, because I was trying to figure out what the next part of my journey was, and this showed up, and so since then I fell in love with it, and it's like, so I've rearranged my life, so this is my focus.
So that busking can be your main life.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I only know a few other buskers, but that's all they do.
How long have you been busking?
I started 9 years ago.
9 years ago?
Yeah, in New Zealand. Well,
really?
Yeah, 2013.
And you're American, correct?
Yeah. I lived in New Zealand for about 5.5 years, and I wanted to get better playing live because I played some live shows in Seattle where I'm from, and it was great, but I was like, wow, how do you get better doing that? Because you can't just get up on stage. You can do open mics, but it's not the same necessarily. So I figured out, I saw this guy Busker, and I thought, you know, that's kind of cool, because I just want to get better playing live, and when you're busking, you're playing live. And I was playing with a mate, and so it worked really well. And then we were together for about a year, and then sadly he passed on. And that really shook me up because it made me realize, like, wow, no guarantees, live your life. And so, you know, that's kind of, he really inspired me because he lived his life. He was into rugby league, he was into comics, he was into his family. He was on, I didn't know this, but he was on Facebook at least 5 hours a day, talking to people all around the world and helping, inspiring them. And it wasn't until he passed that I realized how much he really shined a light for people.
So he was both an inspiration and in some ways a spiritual mentor?
Well, it's kind of like, I think people come in your life for a reason, and for me, Dane really helped me clarify a lot of stuff and he didn't do it verbally, it was just the example, like the way he lived his life, you know, and it made me realize, wow, live your life, do what you love, because to me, that's where it's at, and that's what he did, and he lived his life on his own terms, and it was frustrating. Then we got together one time, he came over to my flat for like 10 minutes, we were gonna practice, and we came up with something really cool, and he had to go, and I was like, bro, it's like, well, why can't we do this all the time? But I didn't know he had a partner, he had kids in another
right,
state.
and you didn't even know this. You were playing with the guy all the time, and he had like a whole.
He had all this other
life.
stuff going on,
Wow.
and he worked nights, and and
that's crazy.
And it was but
Let me. Is there a Mrs. J.P. Busker?
no.
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 Not yet. No, I mean, I just said the next one's going to be a musician. Has to be.
Gotcha. Has to be a musician.
I have a friend in Seattle. Her name is Ruby. She's really cool. She's like the only other busker I know now that just does this full time. And
That's
she had a
wild.
little doco made on her, and she's the real deal.
What's her name?
Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday. I wonder if
Yeah.
we can find her on
Oh,
Facebook.
I'll probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's on YouTube.
Okay, I have to ask you. You were in New Zealand. What got you over to New Zealand?
Reflexology and cats. But I'm not going to go there.
You went. All right. Well, we'll talk about that some other time.
I'm a board certified reflexologist, and that was a big passion of mine. It still is, but it's not something I do now because the laws changed. You have to be a massage in the States. You have to be a licensed massage practitioner, and when I got certified and nationally certified, you didn't have to be.
So you like, well, you're obviously a free-spirited guy, and you don't want to be tied down by paperwork and.
Well, that was the other
by
part.
those
Is
things.
that it's once you get certified, then you have to have insurance, and then you have to get your fee, continuing education hours and all this other stuff. It was just a pain in the ass.
You're out here once in a while. I mean, I've seen you before. We've shared some time previously. I'm curious. Do you ever get hassled over here by anybody?
No. No. People here are really cool. I think there's a few rules or busking etiquette. One, don't play loud. Create a vibe. Don't. There shouldn't be all don'ts, but a lot of it is just common sense. And
Courtesy. Empathy.
Yeah, it's like during the day I play more mellow stuff. When it gets darker or later on, I play more rock and stuff. But the number one thing is don't play too loud. And I've had the county, the sheriffs come by and stuff, and they're like, yeah, you don't play so loud. It's nice, And I've had Boca police come up and say, man, thanks, and give me money and say, wow, thanks, bro, for doing this. It's so many people are on the street with signs and stuff, and you're creating a vibe. And wait, he didn't say that, but he said, but you're playing music, and so no, it's cool. I
do want to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Since, okay, I realize you want to keep this pure, but Do you mind if we plug where you're going to be on Friday and Saturday nights? Can we do that? Help. I mean, I know.
I will because I'm helping at a restaurant.
I was going to say I think it's going to help those guys because
Yeah, so there's a new Japanese restaurant called Zaka, Z-A or Z-A-K-A.
it's a
sushi.
fusion sushi. Chinese.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Chinese.
Is it this one right up
yeah,
here?
it's where the Tempura House
Okay.
sign is. But
Where the-
they opened about 2 months ago,
Yep.
and really good food. And so I play there outside Fridays and
All
Saturday
right,
nights.
and that
from
is
5
what is this? The Reserve Shopping Center.
Reserve
The
Shopping
Reserve
Center,
Shopping
yeah,
Center.
yeah.
My battery is about to die, but we got a little bit going here
All right.
with our friend JP. I'm going to turn this around and tell you who I am. It's your old pal DJ Buddy. DJ Buddy's Rock Garden here with JP tonight. JP, thank you for sharing with
Oh,
us.
cheers, buddy.
All right, man. We'll do it some more and again.
All right.
All right. Good night or see you, everybody.
All right. Sorry,
It's all good. Tell the world your name and
no,
where we
stop
can.
and redo it.
No, we're not doing that. Tell the
But
world your.
I'm JP, Busker Groove. Thank you.
Thank you, JP.
Sorry.
Bye, buddy.